Hey, what's up guys? Brian Ellwood. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about what is called the 6 pillars of high performance. Now, I learned this from the main man, Brendan Burchard, and it really helped me to figure out exactly where I need to focus my energies to have a more well-rounded and more happy and joyful and fulfilling life. So for a lot of my career as an entrepreneur, I really put so much stock in the success I had in businesses and money and investing as like my self-worth. And I was just like, man, if things were going well, I was on top of the world. But if things weren't going well in my business, I was depressed or pissed off or cranky and just kind of distracted, right? And I've since learned that business and money and things like that are really just one of many different areas of life. And sometimes if you're struggling to make, business success, to make more money or whatever, and what could be holding you back is not actually like more marketing or more sales or whatever, but you're actually sagging or you're lacking in one of these other areas of life, and that's actually the reason why your business isn't growing. This will make more sense as we go through this, okay? So I'm going to go through what these 6 pillars are, and I would love for you guys to grab a pen, and when I go through these, I want you to score yourself on each one from 0 to 10. 0 meaning like it's completely terrible, non-existent in your life, and 10 means like you're crushing it, okay? So the first pillar is your mission, okay? For a lot of people, that is their job or their business, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you started a business kind of based around your passions, right? That's really what this is for me. I love doing this, and I would do it no matter how much money I ever had, right? And I know this is kind of my mission. It's my career, the legacy I want to leave behind, right? And that's one area that you can be a high performer in, is your mission. But it is only one area, okay? The second one would be your spouse, or your lover, your significant other, the person that is, that for you in your life. If you don't have that in your life, then that's certainly okay. But, if you want to be a high performer in all the arenas of life, then there would be a certain amount of energy being put towards finding that or securing that or repairing that part of your life, right? So that is another area that needs just as much attention as all the other 6. The third one would be your relationships with your family and friends, right? So your spouse, the relationship with that person is so important. It gets its own category, okay? But you also have relationships with other people, relationships with your family, relationships with your friends, and those kinds of things, just like your relationship with your spouse, really fill up your cup. They kind of make you just feel better and feel more connected to others, which pours into your career, right? Like, how many times have you heard of somebody who doesn't really have like any kind of connection, social connection in life, and they're trying to like make more money to fill that void? It doesn't work, right? They just end up kind of empty and shallow and just like searching, where there's no gold to be found, right? So you can see how each one of these pillars kind of lifts the other one up, right? And we'll continue on. The next one will be health, right? Health is super important. Without your health, literally none of this matters. Like, if you don't take care of yourself and you come down with like, a terminal illness or something, you think about like what that would do to your state of mind, right? You would basically none of this other stuff would matter anymore without your health. You wouldn't even be able to further your mission. You wouldn't be able to have a relationship with your spouse or your family or friends. If your health is struggling, those things are all going to really struggle, okay? So the health pillar, it's pretty obvious why that one's important. Yet you do see a lot of people who are really successful and they do not take good care of themselves at all, okay? So, having money in the bank is only one of at least 6 areas of life, and it doesn't matter without your health, okay? who the hell cares how much money you make if you're not going to be around to enjoy it? Or if you're on a bunch of like medications all the time and you have no energy and you can't sleep, and like it really doesn't matter like how much money you have. Okay, so health is an obvious pillar that you need to learn to excel at and be a high performer at. And if you do take good care of your health, it makes everything better. You have more energy for your relationships, more energy for your job. Like when I have more energy, I am way more productive at work, right? So without my health, like if my health sucked, I wouldn't go try to work. I would go fix my health and then go to work, once that was in place. And the next one would be your spirit. And that means different things for different people. For me, it kind of means like the way I feel on the inside, right? Like how my emotional state every day. Am I thinking negatively and telling myself stories? And am I like judging other people and getting pissed off easily at things and getting anxious and getting stressed out? Or am I calm and centered and present and balanced and, and feeling positive and feeling grateful about life and just kind of generally feeling good about things, right? I don't know if you can always feel that way, but I know that when I'm feeling bad, I'm usually doing something to cause it. And it's usually caused by my own thoughts, okay? If you've ever read the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, that's my favorite book of all time. It's done more to help me improve my life than anything else. It's taught me to get out of my head and live in the moment, and that my thoughts are the source of 99.9% of my suffering, right? And so that's kind of how I define spirit. You might define it as your connection with God or your religion or whatever. But if that area of my life is suffering, everything else is screwed up, right? Like I don't want to go to the gym and work out. My relationships with other people suck. My mission, my career, I might be on here just like making a video real quick to try and make some money or whatever, like versus like being engaged and present, and grateful to do this, right? Like, so without that, like it would make no sense to even make this video, right? So your spirit definitely needs to be in the right place. And there's things that you can do to fix that, if it isn't. And the last one is one that was kind of the biggest surprise to me when I learned this from Brendan. And that's your hobby. Okay. Your hobby is like what you do aside from your career, aside from your mission. Okay. And some people were like, well, my hobby is my family and friends. Your hobby is something different than that. Okay. It is healthy for you to have something that's outside of your life's work, and it's outside of your family time, your time with your spouse, going to the gym. You might say that's your hobby, but I would really encourage you to dig deeper and see if there's not something else you could come up with. Okay. Like me, for example, I'm currently learning to like make beats or like DJ. I don't really know exactly what to call it. I'm surrounded by a new set of like gear and speakers right now. And I'm taking lessons from a DJ in Denver because I'm trying to cultivate my hobbies. That's something I've always wanted to learn. And I've always just put it off like, well, one day whenever I, have the time, then I'll dive into my hobbies. That's backwards. Okay. So hobbies really allow you to sort of have a little time to be selfish, I guess, and just like pour into yourself and explore things just out of like your own interests and not have to like make sacrifices because you're taking care of someone else or whatever. And it really helps to increase your creativity. I know like when I learned to play like an instrument, it helped me think creatively in other areas of my life, right? And hobbies are really healthy for you to have, like just sort of as an outlet. So if you've let that kind of drop off in your life, that could be something that would really change the quality of your life. And it might have just been right under your nose and you never knew it. Okay. But I know for me, when I take time to dive into my hobbies and get better at certain things or whatever, like snowboarding or whatever it is, it really just gives me energy, makes me happy. And it pours into all these other things. If I get time to go snowboard, when I show back up to be with my spouse, I'm going to be a lot better husband because I got that time to go and do that. Okay. So all these 6 pillars really work in conjunction with each other to live a happy, well-rounded life where you feel complete and content, okay, with the way things are. So at the beginning of this video, I asked you guys to score yourself. So if you haven't done that yet, go back, pause this, just give yourself a score from 0 to 10 on each of these 6 arenas. How do you feel like you're doing right now? Just be honest with you. No one's going to see this but you. And then you know where you need to put your attention towards, okay? A lot of you might be putting way too much attention towards your work and not enough towards these other areas. That's probably the most common way that this thing gets flip-flopped, okay? And so the next level for you to take it to the next level, it doesn't involve even more attention towards your work, okay? It involves more attention towards your health or your spirit or your hobby or just more time with your significant others, your family, friends. Those are the things that are actually going to push your success forward, okay? So if you score the highest in the work, like for me, my highest scoring ones were mission and health, okay? If I want to keep improving my life, I don't need to work even harder or get even healthier. I've got to spend more time with other people. I've got to be more present. I've got to spend more time on my hobbies. And that's sort of how I'm going to get more, return on investment on the things I spend time in life. Okay. So I hope this helps, guys. And if you enjoyed this video and you would like to be coached by me much more personally a couple times a week, we do have a group coaching program called Freedom Artists. And you guys can learn more about that at the URL down below. Just go to myfirst12houses.com. I coach the group a couple times a week. You can sign up for one-on-one coaching calls with me. You get some swag and a bunch of other cool stuff. And it's super affordable for you guys, okay? Because I want you to have access to me that doesn't break your wallet. But you guys will know what to do to move forward in life and grow and get your properties and get your passive income. So go check out myfirst12houses.com and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.